Life is always surprising us human beings, sometimes with pleasant things and sometimes with unpleasant things, and sometimes with illnesses that silently creep into our lives. Schizophrenia is one of those illnesses. It is a very serious brain disorder. Have you heard of schizophrenia? Do you know what it's all about? Schizophrenia is a no-fault disorder. It is very complicated. And for a schizophrenic, life is terrifying and the world very, very frightening. What schizophrenia does is destroy a person's ability to talk with, to communicate with other people, the outside world, and reality. So far, all that is really known about schizophrenia are its symptoms. What is not known is why and when and how it strikes certain people. Today, 1 to 2% of the world's population suffers from schizophrenia, which means 1 out of every 100 children, regardless of race, color, class, economic condition, or culture, suffers from schizophrenia or a fragmented mind.
Schizophrenia can be seen in different types. The commonest one is paranoid schizophrenia. In this specific illness, what happens is that the patient suffers from what are known as delusions and hallucinations. Now, delusion is a firm false belief, a belief that the patient would believe in, which is completely not true, but you can't challenge it, you can't help him correct it, and he believes it, lives it, and can even act upon it. These delusions can be like referential delusions, which means the patient would feel people are looking at me. Wherever I go, strangers tend to look at me. Or persecutory delusions, which would be that somebody wants to harm me, people want to kill me, people are trying to put something in my food.
Sometimes it is a little bit difficult to understand what psychiatrists are saying, so let me try and demonstrate to you what delusions mean. As a normal human being, when I walk into a restaurant like this one, I would take a seat, sit down normally, place an order, maybe look around while eating, pay the bill, and then leave. But if I suffer from delusions and I walk into this same restaurant, then I would feel that every stranger is looking at me consciously, trying to read my mind, maybe trying to harm me, attack me. That would make my life impossible to live. The place for me would feel like a battlefield. Every sound, every bit of music, every conversation firing at me with the same volume. For people like me, even basic mental tasks can be overwhelming.
These delusions can even be very bizarre delusions, like somebody has put cameras around myself, people are recording my activities, aliens are coming and they are doing something to me. All these kind of thoughts preoccupy this person. This person believes these things are true, and that's why it starts to act on them, creating a lot of problem for the self and the society. These were delusions. And the other symptom? And the other symptom in paranoid schizophrenia is hallucinations. Now, hallucination is a sensation that is coming, which is not coming because of any cause. For example, this person might be hearing voices in absence of anybody else speaking. These voices could be abusive, they could be command voices telling him what to do, and this person would not be able to differentiate between this voice being real or unreal, and for them these are real voices. They could be like running commentaries about them, they could be scolding kind of authoritarian voices, they could be animal voices, they could be human voices, one voice, several voices, and they could even be in terms of vision. People would see images or real people, they would feel these are real people in absence of their being there, and these are known as hallucinations. Both delusions and hallucinations form the fundamental core of paranoid schizophrenia.
Your tea.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What do you want?
My money.
What money?
I knew you wouldn't remember.
I don't know. Just go away.
My money, I said.
I never took any money from you.
Of course you did.
But right now, I don't have any money to
Can't
give
help it, you get it for me.
you. You want me to do steal for you?
Whatever.
Do you mean whatever? Or you just go away and you leave me in peace.
I have no choice but to come.
I'll destroy you.
Try. I'll remember this.
जब मुझे ये प्रॉब्लम शुरू हुई तो उस वक्त मुझे ऐसा लगता था जैसे कोई भी आवाज़ जैसे हो रही है, सुनाई दे रही है, तो मुझे लगता है जैसे मुझे कुछ कह रहे हैं, चिड़िया की आवाज़ है या गाड़ी का हॉर्न है या लोगों की आवाज़ है। तो ऐसा लगता था जैसे मुझे कह रहे हैं, तो मेरा अटेंशन उधर चला जाता था कि ये मुझसे कुछ बोल रहे हैं और मैं सुनता रहता था। इससे मुझे डिस्टर्बेंस भी होता था। नॉर्मल लाइफ में ऐसा नहीं होता है। नॉर्मल लाइफ में आदमी के सराउंडिंग में बहुत सी आवाज़ें होती रहती हैं, लेकिन इंसान अपना काम करता रहता है। फिर दूसरी तरह की प्रॉब्लम ये होती थी, बॉडी में अजीब तरह के सेंसेशंस होते थे, जब लग रहा है कुछ टच कर रहा है, कभी इधर कभी उधर, कभी हाथ में, पैर में, सर में, बॉडी के डिफरेंट पार्ट्स में, हर जगह कुछ होता रहता था। अजीब अजीब तरह के सेंसेशंस होते रहते थे और कभी जैसे झटका जैसा भी लगता था, चोट भी लगता था, दिखता रहता था, इमेजेस दिखती रहती थी, कोई चेहरे के सामने हर वक्त खड़ा हुआ है, ऐसा दिखने लगता था।
Schizophrenia needs to be seen as a completely medical problem. A lot of people have misconceptions about it, that it's about the personality, family life, sometimes even some strange voodoo kind of phenomena. But the bottom line is it's because of chemical imbalances. There are several hundreds of neurotransmitters in our brain cells in our body, and some of them get impaired during the process of this illness. And the cause, the 2-3 main chemicals are dopamine, there is a role of serotonin. These are all neurotransmitters. There's something like glutamate, GABA, and dopamine forms the fundamental hypothesis of this disorder.
As a cause, it is very difficult to pinpoint any sort of a etiology or the causative mechanisms that lead to the onset and the maintenance of the schizophrenic illness. Life events, for example, major stress could be personal loss, could be family trauma or family stressors, could be derailment of some sort of a continuity in life at the academic area, at the work area. So any turning point which is overwhelming could be a triggering point for the onset of schizophrenia.
When I was in university, I came to know one day that my father was no more, he had expired. And that was a very great shock for me. We were very sad and really it was becoming unbearable for us. There was no senior in the family to look after.
The family mobilization and the family support system is an excellent support system we have, unlike the West. The prognosis will be better, and scientific research in psychiatry says that somewhere the prognosis of schizophrenia as a rehabilitative process or illness seems to be better in the third world, because the family system is still majorly intact, the support systems are there, but awareness is very poor.
As you have seen and understood and felt, schizophrenia is a very disturbing mental disorder. But medical science is learning more and more about it. There is much more information on schizophrenia today. Treatments are getting better and better. And maybe one day, there will also be the perfect cure. And then, the sufferers of schizophrenia will no longer be the prisoners of their own mind.